Well, hello everybody. It is Sunday, February 2nd, and for today's long walk, I think we're going to go explore a road that I've noticed intersecting this trail, but I've not really been all the way down it. So, I'm going to check it out, and I'll have to show you what we find, which is probably a whole lot of nothing, but anyway. Now, you see what's going on up there on this trail. Not really supposed to be happening. There's just a car driving there. There's a little crossroad, and it dead ends to an area where people often dump their stuff. And here we are at the crossroad I was telling you about. All right, so you can see that part of it just, there was nothing. Now I have explored beyond that, and it is quite the nature walk. Maybe we'll do that some other time. Well, this is some stuff that's just sitting on the side of the trail. I don't know what all it is. Some kind of cable and some popcorn. I don't know what you're going to see on this trail. Here's a piece of graffiti that says, I tag, colon, or maybe that's it should be a semicolon, therefore, comma, I am, period. Yes, it's grammatically correct. Anyway, really, this whole wall is pretty bad. This is the back wall of a building that was built entirely with cinder blocks, and looks like tin if you look up on the roof. And it is a storage facility. And boy, but this back part of it, which faces the trail, it's really seen better days. And look at it. It's just all overgrown, in dire need of some sprucing up. But and it just goes on for a long ways. I don't guess it's going to happen anytime soon. Look at all that. If I had to pick out my favorite piece of graffiti, it's right here at the end, where it clearly says Big Randall Henry, for whatever reason. I'm kind of curious about what's up at the top of those banks. It must be some kind of field or something. It's kind of neat to go up there and check it out. Oh, this is not going to be easy. I don't know if I can actually do it. Whoa, that's oh man, I'm never going to make it. I'll end up getting killed. Too much. Oh well, one day maybe. Whew. Yeah, I would like to know what's up there though. These banks don't really let up either. You see, I wonder if there's a way to access it. It's got to slope off at some point. Allow a person to get up there and have himself a look. Well, I've discovered what's up there, and I'm pretty much an idiot. You can see there's some kind of house or something up there, right? Well, what that is an apartment building. And what's up there is going to be an apartment complex. But we do need to verify. Got knocked off the trail there. Those guys are hauling butt. Yeah, so you can see here it is at almost a gentle slope, and then you can clearly see the apartment building back there. But we need to go up there and verify. All right, so here you go. This is where the hills slope all the way down to ground level. And there's even some nice little gates here to go peek our head around. And on the other side, we find ourselves on a nice little road which looks like it's just going to lead right to where that spot was. Wouldn't that be nice? And we could stand up there and look down. Well, it's kind of cool when you can hear people's lives going on in these apartments. Music and conversations. Well, it appears it's starting to maybe come to an end up here in the distance. Is it part of walking is exploring. I mean, you know, like you used to do when you were a kid, just go running and tearing around the neighborhood and getting into whatever adventures you could find. I mean, that's the way I was. Look where the trail leads, kind of to a beautiful swimming pool with an outdoor gazebo. Just a bunch of hanging chairs, whole garden of them. Isn't that just great? Oh, I could just jump into that pool. Oh, well, actually, no, I can't. But wouldn't you like to? It's a full sandy volleyball court. Wow. Or badminton, I suppose. Look at that. Plenty of space for an entire team. And all the wonderful chairs to sit and watch. Now up here, we come to the end of this particular trail, and look where it goes. There is a fence and a storage unit and some barbed wire fence. Wow. Don't try to get over that. Okay, I decided to climb into the woods behind the apartment complex so I can look over these cliffs, which I couldn't do before because I couldn't climb them. Here we are. And there's the cliffs that I'm standing upon. Yeah. Ooh. Remember that tree? Remember all that? More than one way to climb a hill, I guess. And of course, this is just one little stop, one little dot along the trail map. Just, I'm not even sure how many other apartments are along this trail. It's 40 miles or so long. All right, so we're exiting the apartment complex now, and we're headed back to our destination, the intersecting road. Now, not too far off from where we just were, as a matter of fact, the same apartment complex, there's a valley. And in that valley, there's some odd equipment. I think it's just stuff to do with water and sewage, maybe. I just think one day I'm going to go down there and have myself a look. Now you see down there, right down there in that valley, all of a sudden, we've got a fence. So that's a new thing, right? And you can see it. So they fenced it off. It's somebody's property. We are coming to the intersecting road. You see how it intersects? And you can see also it goes down pretty good ways, and there's that black fence. Here we see signs that the black fence runs quite a ways. And also, there is some kind of barn-like structure there in the distance behind the black fence. Maybe it's a barn. Another intersecting road. And look, it goes far down behind the black gates. Or fence, really. They're not gates. You can see there's some equipment and a sign that says no trespassing, unfortunately. So standing in the center of this little area, what to call it, I believe these are little stone benches. Some of them are stools, some of them are larger. And here is something for you to peruse at your leisure. Pearl and Leaf Rivers Railroad. And and some detail about what is sort of the history. You can see that the trail we walk, Longleaf Trace, used to be a railroad. Striding ahead, we see that there is a roadway beyond the Longleaf Trace Monument. Okay, so the sign says, link to Longleaf Trace. This is how you can get to the trail, and that's simply its function. Well, that's actually very helpful. At the corner here where the trail stops, there are a couple of roads that sort of intersect, and you can see that the trail itself continues down. This sidewalk is a new trail for me. I've not been here before. I wonder what we'll encounter. What strange sight. Is that somebody on a bicycle? Yes. They're doing fine down here. You know, just fine. Just fields of tennis courts. I don't actually know if this is public or private property. There you can get a feel for the really great condition of the courts. The gates beckon as if to say, come on in. I would feel uncomfortable just prowling around. For another time, Charles, another time. This would explain the presence of the golf carts on the trail. See that it looks like we're in another part of the country almost. Well, from where we've been. No need for weapons if you come in here. Please. Yes. But indeed, really wonderful houses here in this area. Just gorgeous. Wonder what they go for. Now, as we make it past the country club grounds, we come to a fork in the road. So I could turn back around, but that's really dull and boring. I know better than to take a left because that would just lead me further away from where I started. So, I'm not sure that we want to go too much further. I think it might be more interesting to find a way to circle back to our starting point. So I'm going to try taking a right. Now I realize that some of you may say, well, why don't you just open up your map? To that I would say, I just feel like I'm right. If I take a right, that it'll lead somewhere good, and I don't want to. I don't want to consult. This is a neighborhood that, by the way, would make our decision to not go left much easier because we actually can't. This is a private neighborhood and it is gated, and those gates, although open, I don't know, I think you should probably have your ducks in a row because unless you've got a reason to be down there, you might have to face the wrath of security. The road we're on now is called Brookline Drive. It is extremely tranquil with just a few passing vehicles. We are coming to another bisecting road. This one is called Pine Tree. I guess we know what inspired that. And here's where the sidewalk convenience runs out, leaving us not much in the way of options. But we've been in this situation before, and we know the only thing to do is to walk along the side of the road. It's important to note that the houses are changing, and they're not as big and fancy. I knew I'd make it one day, folks. It's Beverly Hills, Hattiesburg. Shelby James. This road lead to some sort of project? We must go explore it once. There's something up in the distance. Some kind of facility. Underground cable, AT&T. Direct optic cable, buried fiber. Wow. They had these specially installed. Whoa, behold. The accelerator. Maybe that's just what they want you to think. We'll have to go check this out ourselves. See just what they're up to. But not today. Instead, let's continue down this road because it appears there's another choice to make. Well, again, our choice in which way to turn appears to have been made for us. It doesn't look like we'll be able to turn left for quite some time. Well, that only leaves one direction. I don't know about you, but I'm getting strong liminal vibes. Liminal AF. I'm trying to outrun the shadow. What a wonderful abandoned road. Let's walk it into the sun. Well, it's another stop sign and another decision. Well, maybe not much of one. After all, we're not going to go into that gated community today. So we'll continue on into the sun. Well, the road has turned to trail. I hope it doesn't abruptly become a dead end. I didn't see any warnings. we've come too far to turn back now. This is my favorite part of walking. It's impossible to do this at your computer terminal. It's impossible to do this anywhere but right here in the real world. And it sticks to the bottom of your shoes. We're coming up a little charming hill, and we are in the backyard of what appears to be, oh my gosh, I hope we're nowhere we're not supposed to be. Well, there were no signs. Incredible. So there's a muddy dirt road headed to a little garage. And over here, there's more petroleum pipelines, and a part of the golf course, because you can see the flag. And then here, there's just junk and mud and some sort of maintenance area for the pipeline, which is ran by Dixie Pipeline Company. And there's a number there in case of emergency. And then we hear an ominous dog bark. It's actually very, very enjoyable, and I wish you could be here. More mud. Unfortunately, there's a little trail. There seems to be a stoplight up ahead. Mailbox. Mail. That would mean this is somebody's residence. But all I'm seeing is construction equipment for some massive pipeline. Somebody's recent soda. One that recently come to an end. I wonder what they're building. Maybe a home. Maybe something more. Those look like gates. Maybe an entire subdivision. Amazing expanse growth in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Well, would you look at where we've ended up? Right back where we started. Right back at the link. A longleaf trace. This spot where we are standing is where the construction truck was parked earlier. Cotton construction. Fascinating, but who knew that these roads linked all the way around to come back here to the center. Well, I guess that'll do it for today. Yeah, we've had a lot of fun. And we've not just exercised, but learned a little bit about our surroundings. And isn't that, I don't know, meaningful in some way?